You drained your savings account. Good. You finally figured out that hoarding fiat currency is a slow death. But congratulations, you just walked out of one slaughterhouse and stepped directly into another. The system saw you waking up, so they fed you a new drug. The hustle. They told you to wake up at 5 a.m., to grind for 14 hours a day, to perfect your craft like a master blacksmith sweating over an anvil. They call your exhaustion a badge of honor. I call it a leash. Your obsession with hard work is not your ticket to the top. It is the exact psychological chain the elites designed to keep you building their empires while you bleed out for pennies. Welcome to the craftsman's curse. Let me tell you a fairy tale they feed to the middle class. It is the story of the diligent blacksmith. He wakes up before dawn. He strikes the anvil until his hands bleed. He crafts the sharpest swords and the strongest plows in the village. The villagers praise him. The chief pats him on the back. And he dies, with calloused hands, a broken back, and a fraction of the wealth of the man who owns the iron mine. You are that blacksmith. You call it hustling. You call it building your skill set. Behavioral psychologists have a different name for it. The IKEA Effect. It is a cognitive bias where humans irrationally overvalue something simply because they built it with their own sweat. You poured 80 hours a week into that project. You coded that software from scratch. You designed that flawless marketing campaign. So your brain tricks you into believing your effort equals market value. It does not. The market does not give a single damn about your sweat. The market pays for leverage. The elites, the people you are bleeding for, do not build the best products. They build the distribution systems that exploit the people making the best products. While you are hyper-focused on polishing a single sword, they are financing the entire armory. Your pride in your hard work is blinding you to the fact that you are playing a finite game. You can only swing the hammer so many times a day. Your physical energy will expire. Their leverage will compound. Let's look at the greatest graveyard of hard workers in history, the California Gold Rush of 1849. 300,000 people abandoned their lives to travel west. They had discipline. They had grit. They swung pickaxes in the freezing mud for 16 hours a day. And what was the brutal result? 99% of them died, broke, diseased, or completely ruined. They took 100% of the physical risk to dig up a rock they did not even own yet. Now, look at the men who actually built dynastic wealth during that exact same slaughter. Levi Strauss never touched a pickaxe. He sold indestructible denim pants to the fools who did. Samuel Brannan did not freeze in the rivers. He quietly bought up every single shovel and pan in San Francisco and sold them back to the desperate miners at a massive markup. The miners played the game of labor. Strauss and Brannan played the game of leverage. The men swinging the axes were exhausted. The men selling the axes were getting rich while they slept. When you are the one doing the digging, your income is permanently capped by the hours you manage to stay awake. When you own the tools, your income is infinite. The gold rush did not end in 1849. It just went digital. And you are still the one freezing in the mud. Look at your life right now in 2026. Every time you accept a weekend gig, every time you log in for unpaid overtime to pay the mortgage, You pick up a pickaxe. You are the desperate miner. And who is Samuel Brannan today? It is the platform you use. It is the corporate entity you serve. They own the algorithm. They own the shovel. You proudly call yourself a solopreneur or a freelancer. I do not blame you. The system romanticizes this title to keep you digging. But let's be brutally honest, it is a dangerous trap. You did not build a business. You built a high-stress cage, where you are both the demanding boss and the exhausted employee. You cannot outwork a system designed to tax your physical limits. The mathematics of wealth are violently simple. Production scales linearly, but ownership scales exponentially. As long as your income requires your physical or mental presence, you remain a slave to the clock. The elites do not get rich by typing faster or working harder. They acquire equity. They control the infrastructure. They do not want to be the best worker. They want to own the factory. Hard work without ownership is not a badge of honor. It is just a highly efficient form of self-exploitation. They want you chasing ghosts. They call it passive income to seduce the lazy. Wake up. In the real world, cash flow is baptized in blood and sweat. Whether you own a laundromat or a software, it will demand your pound of flesh. But here is the dynamic that actually builds dynasties. Sweat equity in your own asset compounds exponential wealth. Sweat equity in your boss's company compounds linear dependency. Math does not care about your comfort. Kill the craftsman today. I don't want you to manage your time. I want you to perform a cold-blooded audit of your lifespan. Look at your calendar. Cancel one commitment this week that exchanges your irreplaceable hours for a survival check, a freelance client, an overtime shift. Reclaim that time. Execute the Shovel Audit. Open Acquire. Open Flippa. Stop looking at salaries. Find one ugly, unsexy business that produces $500 of clean monthly margin. Lock on to its price tag. $50,000. $100,000. Stare at that number until it burns your ego. That is the exact cost of your dependency. You look at that price and the panic sets in. I do not have the cash. Excellent. You should not use your cash anyway. But do not expect a fake internet guru magic trick here. Debt is not magic. It is a razor-sharp scalpel. Amateurs use it to self-mutilate with consumer liabilities. The elites use it as a surgical instrument to dissect and acquire assets. In the next video, I will show you how J.P. Morgan calculated the precision of strategic debt to own the entire board, and how you will do the same. Stop digging. Start owning. Stay awake.